I've got some paint leftovers I want to use up. I've done a couple of swipes of sunrise colours, so pinks, oranges, golds and purpley colours. I want to use them up. I've got just maybe an inch left in each pot. There's some silicone in there, some coconut milk hair serum. I want to use the paints up. So I'm going to do a flip cup. So I'm going to layer the colours in a pot, flip them over, tilt it out and torch. See what we get. So let me show you the colours. So these are the slightly scruffy looking pots. These are the leftover paints. So I've got a red, a Venetian rose, a quite bright pink, a purple, a white or a violet, another purple, a gold, and then this is a custom colour mixed with a few different paints. The consistency, it's reasonably runny. It started off thicker and I did a pour, then I thinned it down, did another pour. So this is the result. So it's leaving a trace just for a few seconds there. Mixed with PVA glue and water, pouring medium, approximately 2 to 1, and then about half a part water added as well. So I've got a plastic cup here I'm going to layer up. Just trying to think about the order I'm going to layer these in. I don't really think it matters. I think I'm just going to go with the order that I've got these in here. And I think what I would try and do is pour in about half of the cup. So I've got a couple of layers. Now they're reasonably runny, so I will try and pour it down the side. And that just means the colours will sit on top of each other in the cup, so there's less chance of them starting to mix in the cup. So I have here a 30 by 40 centimetre canvas. This is looking so pretty, so pretty. So this is quite fluid paint. So I think if I just tip it, it's going to go everywhere. So I think for this particular flip cup, I'm going to flip the canvas first and go like that. Because then I think I've got more chance of keeping the paint actually on the canvas. Right, let's tip this over. I'm just literally going to tip it and let the paint all pour out. Wow. Wow, look at those colours. I'm just going to put that on there just to let that drain. Now I had a tiny bit more paint left. I might as well use it as a flow extender. So let's just pour every last bit of paint I've got onto the canvas. Right, two options. One is just to tilt this and then torch, or I can torch it and then tilt. I think I'm going to tilt first. Now there's some massive cells there. I just think if I torch this too soon, I'm going to get some overstretched cells if I'm not careful. Lots of lovely paint on here. So I think if I go over the edge, certainly this edge, and over this other corner here, and then bring the weight of the paint back, I might torch at that point. Now this is quite fun because I haven't done a flip cup for such a long time. Right, I think in fact, I'm going to leave the weight of the paint there because then I'm going to tilt it. I'm going to bring it, I'll move it back slightly. I'm going to torch now. Now there's some huge cells, but they're actually quite interesting. Oh, do you know what? I just don't know what to do. Or should I just cover these corners? I don't know. It feels quite weighty still, so I think there's still quite a lot of paint on here. So what I could do is get it covered. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Get the canvas covered, then torch, and then tilt again, because I think I'm going to have enough paint to be able to do that, because you can see it's still moving quite nicely. So I think there's still a reasonable amount of paint on here to be able to do that. I'm not worried about massive cells, but I'd like enough paint to be able to stretch them out if I want to. Now this is very interesting because it's actually quite cool like that. I actually quite like it like this already. So, big air bubble there. Okay, let's do some torching. I'm going to try and be quite gentle with my torching, not get too close too soon. To stretch this out. The bit of the canvas I like the least is this bit here, and that's because there's not very much contrast. There are cells there, but you can't see them very well because the colours are very similar to each other. So I'm just going to try and move this paint down the canvas. I'm moving from side to side very deliberately to try and not just get to try and keep the cells a good shape. If you just tilt it over the edge, it really stretches everything. So that's really nicely walking down there, and you can see it's coming off already. That's good. I quite like to keep the white because I quite like that band of white there. But I think if I just go a little bit further down, all right, I'm stopping there and I'm coming back. So again, I'm just walking the paint back again. It's a very bizarre, very strange composition with these massive splodges. The colours are beautiful. Right, such a strange painting. Few real bonuses of this, I think. The colours are gorgeous, and the cells, love the cells. I love the different sizes of cells. They've kept their shape really well, so I'm quite happy with the consistency of the cells. There are some really pretty small ones over here, so maybe one of the paints was a bit thinner, sorry. No, thicker, sorry. I just like the combination. It looks a bit like pomegranate seeds there. It's definitely a bit strange with these two huge wonky cells. That's quite a cool collection of cells with the silver and the red underneath. So yeah, I'm going to have a really good think about what I could do with this. I definitely think it would work well as a base for something. So I'll be back when it's dry. So here's the finished painting. I did, as you can see, quite a lot of embellishing. I didn't particularly like the dry result. I definitely needed to use it as a base for something more distracting. So the colour is there, the cells are there. It's a really pretty painting, but it needed something else. So I realised I like repeating patterns. That's exactly what I've done. So I had loads of sort of petal or leaf shape cardboard cutouts from a previous pour. So I just drew round them in this design, then painted the outline in black, then did some shading, and then used the white Posca pen just to create a few little sort of highlights around the edge. And then the last thing I've done is just added some gold leaf. The gold leaf is quite rough, it's quite rustic looking. It's not particularly neat. I think I should have done it slightly thinner, and I could have maybe got it slightly neater, but it just brightens it up. It was just looking a bit too dark, a bit too dull. And then if you look in the light, it's really, really pretty. It's so sparkly. It just really brightens it up. So really pleased how this has turned out. Still haven't quite decided whether I should have something right in the middle. What do you think? I feel like it should have something in the middle because it's a flower, but equally I don't know what to put in the middle. I quite like the depth, the darkness with the dark corners. Please tell me if you have an idea of should I leave it like that or should I put something in the middle? If so, what? Great, thank you so much for watching. Please hit the thumbs up button. If you've enjoyed watching the video, please do subscribe to my channel. Great, take care everyone. Bye.